fuck? What's up, folks? There's been something on my mind lately, as is always the case. So, let me start by saying that masculinity is not inherently toxic. Does toxic masculinity exist? Yes. I would almost call it, when people point it out, toxic femininity. But toxic masculinity definitely does exist. It's just not what you think it is. Toxic masculinity is not a grown man who thinks they got to go back and forth in a yelling match with a woman. It's more so toxic femininity, because now you think you got to win in a cat fight. Let me tell you something. Especially in this day and age, people will try to guilt you for having boundaries, for setting boundaries. There's nothing wrong with setting boundaries, and you don't need approval when it comes to setting boundaries. Okay? Boundaries are set for a specific reason, and it's not meant to be crossed for a specific reason. Okay? It is set so you don't get walked all over, so people don't even think they have the option to do that. Okay? And if a lot more people did set, if a lot more people were to set boundaries, we'd have more happier people. You know what I'm saying? I mean that's the best way I can put it in that regard. But there seems to be a problem when a man is too sure of himself, when a man is sure, when a man is confident, when a man doesn't bite his tongue, when a man is blunt, when a man doesn't dance around, with his words, doesn't dance around what he wants to say. Seems to be a problem, you know. Hey, can you do this for me? No. Why not? I don't feel like it. And that should be acceptable, okay? Entitlement. People get upset when somebody has their mind made up and it's not in favor of what they want. Deal with it, you know? And I'm not perfect at this because, I grew up extremely kind of, just emotional. No male figures in my life, no positive male figures, none of that masculine energy is something that I had to gain over time, all right? So this is not to say that I'm an alpha male. I'm not a beta male. Uh, I'm a sig. I would, if I had to label myself, and whatever, I would call myself probably the sigma male. Um, but that's just one thing that I noticed, and of course, a woman, told me that she wants a beta male, and it sounds good in theory, but no, you don't. That's not what you're attracted to. They hate masculinity and testosterone. That's why they are putting all those chemicals on the food to control us. Yeah, a lot of estrogen in the McDonald's, at least. Yeah, a lot of estrogen. Um, a lot of men being forced to compromise because I guess you could call it low self-esteem, scarcity mindset. They're afraid to lose somebody. You do that enough and you play a game with your heart like that, you're going to force yourself into a beta role. And you're not going to like it. You're not going to like feeling like you're being walked over. You're not going to like feeling like you can't say what you want to say for fear of missing a woman. And look, let's just face it, man. Not all women are like this, but some women will use that against you, will hold a relationship over your head to try to get you to do what you want to do. To try to get you to do what they want you to do, rather. I'm sorry. And they will gaslight the hell out of you by trying to make you feel guilty for how they feel when you stand your ground. And there is nothing inherently toxic about you standing your ground and you, again, setting boundaries, speaking up for yourself. Well, I never heard about that one, but I'm not quick to shut that one down. Estrogen being in the water bottles, perhaps. Um, that doesn't surprise me. Also, I mean, because you want to talk about estrogen. I've been hearing things about this, The weed being, I mean, I don't know if weed inherently is like this, but there's a lot of GMO weed now, a lot of modified weed right now with estrogen in it, giving men these sagging ass titties, giving men breasts, Uh, I don't know. That's not my concern. Of course, sipping a lot of beer, which I was a fan of at one point, and now I'm sober and I'm just doing things to boost my testosterone. And there's nothing toxic about being what a man is supposed to be. All right, and I don't care too much about anybody's sexual orientation or whatever they choose to do. Right, weed lowers testosterone. But the fact of the matter is, we're built this way for a reason. All right, we gravitate towards, you know, uh, things that, I mean, it's a reason why we typically have more testosterone than our women counterparts. It's not a coincidence. All right, it's by design. All right, so that's all I can really say about it in that manner. But really, one of the main reasons why I wanted to bring this up is because that we live in a time where people expect you to apologize for seeing the world the way you see it. And I think, well, maybe they should apologize for thinking that it's okay to try to police people for feeling the way that they feel, thinking the way that they think. Like, who's to say whose word is supreme? You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem in itself. And I don't pride myself in being a bigot, an asshole, or anything like that. But you're not going to try to police me into a box with this passive aggressive ass attack on who I am as a person. I will not accept that. And as I say something like that, it is apparent of the why there is such an importance for masculinity. Okay. Meanwhile, you got women. I mean, now I have no problem with this personally because that doesn't affect me. You got women taking the masculine roles. How's that? Meanwhile, the man at home on the couch, jerking off all goddamn day, eating up the food, eating up the gummy snacks, the gummy bears, whatever the hell, the kids' snacks. Got no ambition about them. Smoking, drinking, insecure because he can feel that the roles are out of place. All right. Now you can find a man who can fit in just fine with being a house husband, with not too much going for him, but taking care of the house or whatever. I mean, fine. But chances are, and it's the reason why you got a lot of men beating on women, which let me just say, I'm not okay with that. I am not. You got, because they're extremely insecure. Like I said, they got no ambition about them. They got nothing working for themselves. They're not working on anything. Meanwhile, while you in this state, your woman is not satisfied with you. Your woman's not satisfied with you at all. She tolerates you. She makes settlements for you. Meanwhile, there's some real ambitious wolves out here in the field, and they've been giving her the look, and you know that. And you done snoop through her messages or whatever the hell, and you done seen what she done said, what they been saying, and you check up on them, and you can tell that they got a lot more going for them than you. They looking better. They got that money coming in. They got some things going for them they can provide for, and you get real insecure about that, and you take that on the relationship, and she end up fucking leaving your ass. She end up leaving your goddamn ass. That's how it happens. Let's see what you say. I'm trying to be as masculine, strong, and in shape as possible. If you have a woman, they wouldn't want you to take care of yourself, and that's why I just turned 30 and want to stay single. We're actually kind of in the same boat. I'm 20. I'm 29. Exactly. See, here's the thing, and like, and of course, I can't speak for all women. I gotta say that and shit. I don't want to make nobody get upset with me, but you deal with a woman. She say, "Oh, you're always busy. You can't make no time for me and this and that." And like even like you can make time for them 7 days out of the fucking week. Here come the eighth day, the beginning of the next week. You don't do it that day, they get upset with you. They want to end the relationship. It's crazy. But the thing is, they think they want a beta male because I've been told this a couple days ago. I want a beta male. They think they want a beta male. They think they want somebody who's going to, you know, do everything that they want whenever they want it, because that's just very unrealistic. But some people want that shit. They think they want that until they deal with the reality of it, and what they end up with is a man who has nothing going for him. They find that, this person is probably fucking boring. And once you get past that lust stage of the man saying all the right words, and reality starts hitting like what you got on these bills or whatever it is, then that's it. And no woman really respects a goddamn man that they can walk all over, to be honest with you. Y'all already know that. Meanwhile, see who they're really attracted to as far as through a TV screen, which is fake, but just look. A lot of men that they find themselves attracted to, oh my God, yes, look at his body. Pretty much 11 times out of 10, it's going to be some goddamn man with incredible work ethic, strong ambition, and shit like that. And that's how they got to the point where they at, bro. So it's like, and this is the one powerful message that I must say. If you keep making these compromises, thinking that you're doing the right thing for the relationship for the sake of always making yourself available, dropping everything you're doing at whenever she says do it, what you're really doing is getting further away from who you could be. It's going to take its toll on you. You may lose ambition. You may lose whatever. You're going to lose a lot of something. So then, naturally, she's going to lose you. She's going to leave you for somebody else to try to bring down. Or she's going to chase after somebody else. That's just how it works. Because it's an energetic thing. When you don't have this type of energy a woman's looking for, and she has people, giving her the eye, they're attractive to her, they have more to offer, they looking real prime and looking real alpha-like out in the field, then all it takes is a couple of arguments. She say she don't want to do this anymore, and she's moving on. All right? Tell me I'm wrong. Because I know this to be true. Now again, let's take accountability here. This all comes back to one thing, and that is you setting those boundaries, okay? You got to be firm enough to understand that, well, first of all, that priorities matter. But you got to be firm enough to understand that if this woman leaves you when you're trying to better your life, she was not the woman for you. Women have to understand this, okay? Everybody, anybody with a goddamn brain should understand that, you can't get in the way of somebody's progress. You can't just get in the way of somebody's ambition, somebody's dreams and things like that. Like, who do you think you are to think that you can get in the way of that? You know what I'm saying? How could you expect for somebody to be as successful as they want to be when they have to drop everything that they're doing at any given moment to please you? Let's read this comment real quick. Yeah, they don't want no beta male for real. I'm not trying to, pick on women and things like that. But what they say they want and what they actually want. Now, I say things like this, then my child mother say, "Oh, I hate women." I don't hate women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an elite psychologist or anything like that. Don't have me lying to you. But I see what I see. All right? And it's a reason why, I ain't even gonna say too much, but I will say it's a reason why these beta males get thrown into the friend zone. They, and